Hey there, everyone. I'm Vickie Howell, founder and creative director of YarnYAY, knitting and subscription boxes that are really designed to bring little bits of yarny delight from me to you. It is my goal with my small business that I help sort of share all of these great yarns and notions and novelties and tools that I find and have found over the past 17 years of my career in the knitting industry. And I share them with you in kind of great, like generous bite-sized samples. And then when you fall in love with them, like I hope that you do, and I know that I have, you'll go out and you'll support your local yarn store or that local dyer or spinner and buy bigger quantities from them. And then we all get to knit longer because we're all going to be, just happier. Don't quote me on that. I'll be happier for sure. The more people I can get knitting and crocheting or just being creative in general, the better. All right, I cannot believe this, but here we are at the very last YarnYAY unboxing for 2019. Holy moly, this year has flown by. It has been extraordinary. We've done 12 boxes this year alone. This box actually marks 20 for the lifetime of YarnYAY, some of which many of you have been a part of since day one. And on behalf of myself and the YarnYAY team, we are just so thankful and are thrilled to have spent this time with you and look forward to meeting new friends and hanging out and being creative for 2020 as well. All right, so without further ado, let's see what's inside. Okay, so first I want to say it's been a minute since we've celebrated our friends across the pond. I believe it was January of, it might have been January of this year. We worked with Erica Knight and we worked with Wool Gang and just some other folks over in the UK. So I felt like I wanted to revisit that neck of the woods again, and that is where our yarn comes from. I always show the yarn first because the business is called YarnYAY, and I'm thrilled that the line that we're using today is iconic. As a designer, I have used it so many times myself. You can't open the pages of Vogue Knitting and not see it over the past 30, 40 years. The line stands for color and for classic style. Now, some of you may already be guessing what that brand is, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what the yarn is. So our yarn for December is Rowan Valley Tweed. So we're going to get a full-size hank. We don't always get that, but our friends over at Rowan have allowed us to, or have worked with us so that we can get you all 226 yards of this Valley Tweed. You're going to get one of two colors at random because we like a little surprises here at the YarnYAY. So you're going to get one of two shades of berry. One of them is kind of more of a raspberry marled color. And one of them is more of a cranberry, but then they're traditional tweed, which I just really love. So this, you're either going to get marsh orchid or bed ale. They're so gorgeous, really lovely. And the yarn was spun and dyed in Yorkshire, which is where Rowan is. So you can feel good about that, knowing where that's come from. So you will get an entire hank of Rowan. All right, and just as a side note, we also have a YarnYAY buy-sell trade group. So if you get one color and you prefer the other, just see if you can flippy-floppy with your friends over there. All righty, so now we know what yarn we have. What are we gonna make? Well, we always do the same thing for knitters that we do for crocheters. And so this month, what that means is beanies. All right, so I know that some of you that have been with me for a while have just made beanies maybe 2 months ago, but they're very different. Those were more sort of fashion forward. These are the go-to classics. This is a light drapey hat in a smaller stitch gauge, which means that it's great for anybody that isn't into the whole trend of funky and chunky. And this is going to be in a beautiful seed stitch and stockinette stitch stripe. This hat was actually designed by Rosemary Drysdale. She is a veteran designer. Again, if you flip through the pages of Vogue Knitting or other magazines in the industry over the past at least 20 years, you will see her name everywhere. She is a wonderful woman. She's actually also one of the two people that taught me how to properly hand wind a ball of yarn, and I just love her. So she created this for us. And again, you know, I know my boys prefer a finer gauge hat, and so this is one of those that you can make for him, her, everyone in between who maybe doesn't want to go as flashy. So that's the knit version by Rosemary Drysdale. The crochet version I designed to look sort of similar, also in textured stripes, but we're playing instead with our seed stitches created with front post, back post, half double crochets mixed with plain half double crochets. And then of course you have the optional pom-pom. You do you. If you're not into pom-poms, you just don't do it. All right, so both of those patterns come with the box, and they come in this booklet. So every single box comes with a booklet that is printed by another local printer, or another local business rather, a printer here in Austin, Texas, by the name of Digital Technology Professionals. And in this booklet, you will of course get the patterns, but you also get information on all of the products and companies that you're supporting by supporting YarnYAY. I mean, other than YarnYAY, obviously. And also links to the private Facebook group that you get to join by just subscribing to even one box. And that includes all kinds of special events, live interviews, giveaways, video tutorials, and a really supportive community. So that comes with it as well. But we follow up with a digital version of the pattern. So you always have the most up-to-date info and have it so on the go wherever you are. All right, so yarn, booklet, patterns, what's next? All right, so the next item was designed by a Welsh designer, and her name is Carrie Stazaker, and she also designed two things for this box. This first thing it's supposed to evoke sort of the Fair Isle Islands, which are also in the UK, in the Scotland area. It is the winter time. We're all wearing coats. What do we want to adorn our coats with? That's right. Our own little British Fair Isle inspired jumper pins, exclusive for this box. We had them only enough made to go in these boxes. They're so cute. I can barely stand it. Look, they're green, and look how cute they look next to the yarn. So we found Carrie on Spoonflower. She has tons of really beautiful designs, and it was really fun working with her on this particular cutie pie pin. All right, so that's almost everything except for one pretty good sized thing that I'm not going to show you. You know why I'm not going to show you? Because it's the holidays, and why don't we have at least one thing that's a surprise? It won't be a surprise forever. You know, this is going live now on December 3rd. We'll let it float for a couple days. We're going to start shipping as of, I believe, the 7th. So around there, maybe I'll spill the goods. But back in the day when I very first started, I always gave everybody the opportunity to opt out of these unboxings. Now, of course, you're still able to do that, but they become such a regular process of how we as YarnYAYers like commune together that we've kind of gotten away from it. And I just felt like in the spirit of holidays, it would just be fine to have a little bit of magic still there. Keep the magic in our relationship, as it were. So stay tuned for that. And maybe staying tuned just means wait until that little aqua box comes into your mailbox. All right, for new subscribers, every month it is $35 plus a flat rate shipping, depending on where you are, international or domestic. Or you can always prepay. We've got several options. And when you do that, we send you all these goodies, actually from my personal stash, as a thank you. So you can check out all of that at YarnYAY.com. Also, while you're thinking about the holidays, we have a couple of other things that we didn't have last year at this time. We now offer gift cards. So that means that you can add those to your list. Did you know that you can add stuff from a small businesses list to your Amazon list? Same Amazon list, but then you go over to it and it'll take you to the new site. I'm just saying, if you want to tell people, your family members, that you want a little YarnYAY cash. But they're also digital. So if you've got a friend, a crafty friend that you just want to send something over, and I'll remind you as we get closer and it's the 11th hour and you need something then, but we do have e-gift cards now as well. We also have some mystery packs left. We put up mystery packs for knitters and for crocheters for Cyber Monday, and I believe that they launched then, and we still have a handful left, so you can check those out. Those are really great gifts for gift swaps, like, white elephant gifts amongst your craft groups, or, if you've got office mates that are knitters or crocheters, they're right at that price point that feels good for that kind of exchange. So check those out as well. And then, of course, don't forget, my book, The Knit Vibe, is available this holiday season. The Knit Vibe is a knitter's guide to creativity, community, and well-being for the mind, body, and soul. And I just really, I really poured my heart into it, and I would love to share that with you the holiday season. You can find it on Amazon, or we do have copies as well at YarnYAY.com. So that is it for me for this very last unboxing for 2019. I am so thankful to all of you who have helped support this small business in this unexpected journey in my career. I am thankful today and every day, and I wish you a holiday filled with joy and peace and lots of creativity. All right, I'll see you over at YarnYAY.com.